Hey y'all, you are tuned in to the Powerhouse Lash podcast. This podcast is my diary to the lash community where I share my highs, lows, lessons, and rants based on my lash journey. My heart is to share the reality of what it's really like to build a lash business, and I hope this episode helps you feel seen, validated, educated, humored, and makes your lash journey a little bit easier. I'm your host, T the Brand, and I'm glad that you're here. Now, let's get to it. Hello, good people. Cheers to a new year. Today is January 1st, 2023, and I'm just happy to be here. You know, no matter what your 2022 looked like, you survived it. Every day that was super hard that you didn't know if you were going to get through, you didn't know how you were going to bounce back from. You did it, you're doing it, and that's life, man. It's full of ups and downs. We'll always have ups and downs, but what you learn from them and who you become in those times, that's what matters most, and that's what helps you better and easier navigate, what's next for you. So I'm excited for everybody in 2023. I feel like this is going to be a great year. I know we all say that every year, and we're supposed to have something to look forward to. Like, are we supposed to be hopeless and be like, oh, this year finna be trash? No, this is gonna be a great year. I'm gonna do great things and just gonna do better with doing more of what serves me. And I hope that you do the same for you. Take care of your mental health, no matter what that looks like. Go to therapy. Get you some books that you might like to read. Create a routine for yourself in the mornings or even in the evening so that you can, just make room for you. Make room to decompress every day and start the next day on a better note, or a good note, whatever the case may be for you. But take care of you physically. Even if you're not a gym person, I am totally not a gym person at all. But start walking. Take a walk around your block, a walk around your apartments. Walk for 30 minutes. Go hop on a treadmill if you have a gym at your apartments, or if you can afford a gym membership or something. I started doing Pilates back in November or either the beginning of December, and Pilates is cool. I'm not going to the gym, but I'll go do Pilates. Just make sure, again, take care of you in all of the capacities, in all of the ways. So I, of course, like everyone else, have just been reflecting, over 2022 and what it looked like, what it brought, what it may have taken. And man, 2022 was a good year for me. Yeah, there were ups, there were downs, there were highs, there were lows. But again, who I became in the process, I don't regret the process because of the version of me that I've been able to come into. It was so worth it, just for me personally, but also for business. Like, this was the best year that I've had in business since I started in 2020. And although I don't know all the things, there's still so much that I have to learn. And my business is not where I want it to be. It's not what I want it to be. Not yet, no way. But I have better clarity. I have greater faith. And I have greater faith because I just saw a lot move this year. Things that felt stuck, places I felt like just weren't growing. The work that I did in 2020 and in 2021, I got to see some of the fruit of that in 2022. So that's a real driving factor behind my energy and my discipline. That part, my energy and my discipline for 2023. I've seen what the hard work can produce, and yeah, I'm here for all of it. 2020, I just never thought that this lash business would be what it is. Like, it sounds good to dream. It feels good to have hope and to believe that you'll be able to build and sustain your life based off of your career as an entrepreneur. But I'm in the car, y'all, and I just realized I went a totally unnecessary way to get to where I'm trying to go. I am going to have lunch with my best friends, the twins, Kat and Caitlin. Yeah, we're bringing the new year in. Well, New Year's already here, but we're spending time together. These are two of the most important people in my life, and I'm just happy to be able to do another year with them. So yeah, but this business, I I I had hopes and dreams, that it would be able to sustain me, sustain my life, sustain itself. But to actually see it happen and start happening, it's crazy. I actually kind of cried the other day when I was thinking about this, because I went from having total security financially when I was a social worker. Like, I know that check gonna hit at the same time every month, and I know what it's gonna look like. I don't have to guess. I don't have to be scared that it's gonna be short. I was a salaried employee, so I got paid whether I was there or not. But I was there. But yeah, so it was just a different type of security, and that didn't require a whole, no faith. I know as long as I keep coming, I'm gonna keep getting paid. And God totally stripped that from me. He was straight up like, nah, you don't need to be dependent on this job. You don't need to be dependent on the money. Depend on me. I'm the source. Ain't no money, ain't no nothing without me. And although I, knew God, and I've always been in church, and I've always prayed, but I just feel like 2020 just made me really understand the importance of a relationship, like a real relationship, like really talking to God, and just all the things. So just to see what he's done with this business is incredible, and just the dreams that he's given me, the goals that he's given me, the steps that he's given me to follow. I know that this year isn't going to be a fail. I want to encourage you, no matter what you do, whether you have a business or not, like, every goal that you have, every dream that you have, God is already giving you what you need to execute it, to manifest it. Like, even if you don't have the whole 10, you at least got the one. You at least got a place to where you need, a reference point to start. And what's in your hand matters. Ooh. Okay, so I thought about this the other day when I just said I was crying and reflecting or whatever. Sometimes we feel like we don't have nothing, or like what we do have is too little, or it's not enough. But when you give it to God, man, he will bless it, break it, and multiply it. I was thinking about the happening in the Bible, because I don't want to say the story because it actually happened, but the situation in the Bible where Jesus had been teaching and the people were hungry, and there were 5,000 men. That's the only count that we get. That doesn't include the women and the children who were there. And Jesus told the disciples to, find some food. And they find this little boy who got 2 fish and 5 little loaves of bread. How is that going to feed 5,000 people? The same way I felt like, all I got is this little business that ain't got making no money. I really ain't got the skill. I really don't have the knowledge to be able to pull this off and make this work. And the disciples gave that fish and 5 loaves to Jesus, man. And Jesus prayed over it, and he gave it back to them and told them, now go do what I told y'all to do. Pass this food out, and feed the people. And nothing about the appearance of it changed. It was still 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread and a gazillion people to try to feed. Like, I'm sure the disciples felt like, Jesus, this got to be a joke, right? And in the same regard with my business, November 2021, I totally surrendered this business over to God because nothing was happening. I was broke. I was out of ideas, out of everything, out of energy, out of care. And I told God, man, we're going to pack up and go under a bridge if that's what we got to do. But if you don't do anything with this business, I'm done with it. I don't have nothing else for it. And I feel like that was what happened. I gave that back to God. God definitely blessed it. And he put it back in my hands and was like, go do what I told you to do. Go build this lash business. And after that November 2022 happening, man, he just started moving for me. Things just started working. I started following what he was telling me to do. Like, apply here, get this job at this spa, and leave this job at this spa, and move into a bigger apartment space so that you can have, your own lash room and bathroom and just space for your clients. And God is just really doing the thing. So when you feel like your little isn't enough, ask yourself what's in your hands. I'm asking you, what's in your hands? What is already in your hands that you can use to get to where you need to be? What can you give God back to say, hey man, this ain't enough, or this ain't looking like enough? Can you, do your God thing with it? And when he gives it back to you, if it doesn't look any different at the time, don't quit on it, don't sit it down, but plant it. That's a seed. Put that in the ground, water it, weed the weeds out when they start to sprout up, and really take care of it. Wait the time that it takes for a seed to turn into whatever it is that we're trying to ultimately harvest. Do the work in the meantime. Plant other seeds that he's giving you, and when it's time to harvest, it's time to harvest. I think a lot of people get burned out when you can't just put it in the ground and pull it back up and see something immediately. For an example, you think, oh, I'm posting on Instagram, I'm gonna make this real and it's gonna go viral and blow me up, and everybody in the city gonna want my services and blah blah blah. And man, that's not how it goes. It don't work like that. But what was guaranteed to us in the Word of God, in the Bible, is that anything that you plant, you will reap a harvest from. So if you're gonna sow anything, man, sow good stuff. Sow the stuff that he's giving you that's meant to help you grow. Stay in your lane so that he can keep giving you what you need to do what you need to do. Your lash business not gonna look like my lash business. Your lash set's not gonna look like my lash sets. Your pictures from your photography business ain't gonna look like hers, ain't gonna look like his. Like, be okay with not having to be like somebody else. It's okay to be inspired, it's okay to be motivated, but you gotta find you in everything that you do. Your authenticity is your key, and he's already made you. So if you don't know who you are, well, go figure it out. Use 2023 to figure out who you are, what you like, what you don't like, what works for you, what don't work for you, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, who you want to be with, who you don't want to be with. Like, spend time nurturing you, because who you are ultimately creates your reality. It shapes the results that you get. And a lot of times we want to think that, things are action based. Like, if I do this, then I'll get this. And then when you do this and that don't happen, it can be very discouraging, very disappointing. But this year, flip the script on you and focus less on what it is that you want to do and more so on who it is that you want to become. Who you are shapes and impacts, influences the things that you're gonna do, and the things that you're gonna do, the actions that you take, that's what's gonna produce change and shape who you are as a person. So definitely, shape the world that you see, how you see it and how you live in it. So definitely, you gotta go for it for you. Am I going the right way? I don't know. I think this is the right way. Yeah, so this is the wrong way. Identity produces result, not just your actions. So if you're doing the same things and you're expecting something new to happen, first of all, that's insanity. But secondly, just to give you better context, it's probably because of the person that you are. The person that you are, how you think about things, how you perceive and see things, all of that plays a role in how you live, what your world looks like and shapes up to be. So I just want to encourage you to really focus on you. Give you love, give you attention, give you the opportunity to grow so that you can grow whatever it is that you're trying to work toward or achieve. Y'all, I'm so excited, and I've seen what it can do in such a little amount of time. I always talk about LashCon on here or on Instagram, on YouTube, on all my platforms, because LashCon really impacted me. LashCon was not, oh, come and learn how to do lashes in a different or a better way. No, it was come learn how to run your lash business better, no matter what part of your lash business that you're trying to develop. When I was talking about seed earlier and planting the different seeds that God gives you, so many people want to do so many things. We all do. We want all the bags, but you can have all the bags within your industry so that you're not stressing yourself out. All of this stuff is seed. Instagram marketing is seed. Facebook is seed. TikTok is a seed. This podcast is a seed. YouTube is a seed. The lashes are a seed. The trainers are a seed. Like, you have to plant all of those things and nurture all of those things if you want all of those things to grow. Like, this year, go for it, man. Do it scared. Do it while it's hard. Ask for help. Learn it. Pay for the class. Pay for whatever it is that you need that's gonna, first of all, help make your life easier and help help you grow. That's not an expense, it's an investment, and it's worth it. But again, I'm excited, and I'm ready to grow and keep growing. I'm ready to, see what comes to pass for me this year. Like, I'm ready to see some more fruit of what I've worked for, sprout, and I can harvest. So, sorry y'all, that little crash, my phone fell off the phone holder. But yeah, I keep saying I'm excited, but Happy New Year, y'all. I hope that this year is everything that you deserve. Make it what you want it to be. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And I'm here for it. I'm here for me. I'm here for everybody growing and changing and evolving and having all of the things that God has for us to have. So, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this episode up because I am pulling up at the spot to meet my friends. Y'all have the happiest new year, and I will see y'all in the next one.